This is a 1882 Morgan silver dollar. So I'm just going to go around the coin just for you to look real quickly. Notice the shiny points. They don't have any scrape marks. You see that? They're just the grain of the silver itself. And let's get into focus here. It's shiny and it has the grain, the silver metal grain to it, and it's uniform because it uniforms around the side of the head, and it's not dug in or scraped. It's actually lower than the metal on the outside, which is very interesting because it's not dug in or polished or tooled. It's very weird. I've never seen a Morgan like this before. It's almost like they over polished the die or something happened prior to striking it. Because if you look at the rest of the coin, there's no digs, there's no massive, there's natural scratches on the coin just from time. The coin's from 1882, so of course you're going to see some nicks, and yeah, she's got some scrapes on her face. The thing is that we're just looking at the shiny part here, and there's no signs that somebody has dug into it because it doesn't have that. It's just naturally shiny. You see the grain. Of course there's scratches over here, but those are just scratches on the coin because it was damaged over time. But you see the grain of the silver. Of course coins are very rough, but you can tell the difference between something that's been polished or tooled or whizzed or however. But this area, if you look at it without the microscope, see there's no scrapes of polishing. The coin has its natural silver, just the way it looks, just how any Morgan would look. The metal itself is obviously, it looks like it's scratched upon, but that's just how metal looks. Silver. So it's just like any silver dollar. Of course, when you look it up at this close in this high def, it looks like it's been scratched upon because you're just seeing the coin how it's supposed to be really up close. So here's another Morgan to give you an idea. We see a coin from a different mint. This coin hasn't been scratched upon either. That's just how the metal looks. So this is a 1903 silver dollar. I know some of you already know this. I'm just showing for anybody who watches new if they're slightly confused. So yeah, so the metal looks like this on just about any Morgan. Has a very, you can't see it from if you looked at the coin top down with your eyes, obviously. But there you go. You see, this coin is not scratched either. It's just how the metal looks. I just want some people who don't understand about Morgans can also see this. Alright, back to this 1882. Yeah, it has some scratches in and around the area, but there is no heavy digging. It has it has a shine to it like it was a proof coin. There are some natural metal scratches, yes. As if there's scratches anywhere on the coin. They don't really look like scratches, they look more like just silver and how it looks naturally. There's under it. It's shiny undamaged surface. You see? You see how it has the metal grating on it and there's no digs and it's like somebody was knotting on it or pushing on it. It looks just like the rest of the metal. It's just more shiny around certain areas. Like something happened to the die before they punched the coin and somehow, I don't know, it's really odd. I've never seen this on a Morgan ever. And it definitely has not been polished, tooled, or dye, any like thing that somebody has done with their hands, because I can tell the difference. I actually have a coin in my closet I could show you that somebody dug on it and tried to make it shiny, because I know the difference. But yes, this is totally different than any Morgan I've ever seen. Totally different because it still has the grain. Yeah, there you go. Right there. You still have the grain of the silver. Unbothered. It's just shinier than the rest of it. It's like a weird halo. And it hasn't been messed with by anything. It's just some kind of freak of nature. It really is. I do not understand. I've seen some odd things on coins before. Yes, it's got natural scratches on it. Just like any coin would have. Some coins less, some coins more. But it's got the natural everything. There's nothing on here that shows, yeah, you see right there, you see how the metal, the silver matches the silver on the metal on the outside, how it just has that natural pitting and there's not big, huge scrapes and the areas around the edges haven't been affected by any kind of polishing tools or damaged. It just has a very interesting look to it. And that little dot there is just a little piece of tarnish. Although that little dot is interesting. Very interesting now that I'm looking at it. So let's just zoom in on that. That is a weird, interesting little perfect dot. It's a perfect dot. Very interesting. But this is a real Morgan silver dollar. It just has weird, very weird characteristics. I know it's a real Morgan silver dollar for very many reasons. I just don't know what happened to this coin. Something very specific happened to this coin when it was made. And I just don't know what it is. I know it's not fake. I've weighed it. I've done all the tests. I've done everything. I've checked dyes. I've checked different things. I think there's a crack on the back of the wing. That basically, I think it's, yeah, that crack, the die crack on the wing is what gives it away too, that I know it's real. I was studying different dyes and different things. So that's just natural die crack through the wing. So, alright. That's about it. I think I gave you a good view of the coin. Some interesting things about it. Just natural scratches that you see there. It's not a bad coin. It's not perfect. There's the mint mark. It's an O. It's just a very weird coin. And it has a lot of weird things on it. I don't quite know. Back in those days, a lot of weird stuff happened with coins. But yes, that dot is really interesting. Extremely interesting. Enough interesting. I want to look at it a little bit more. I've seen the dots on the fake coins before, but this is not one of them. This is just some really odd anomaly, I guess you could say. And everything checks out. You know, we look at the date, we check the date, we look at the date's numbers. You know, this is just very interesting. Morgan dollar. Something I've never seen before. I've seen some wacky stuff on Morgans before, but this is definitely one that takes the cake. Definitely takes the cake. What's interesting is the pitting that's shiny is lower. It's lower, but it hasn't been dug out because it still has the grain of silver green, that grainy look that the rest of the coin has. So it's really bothering me because I know what a polished coin, I know what an altered coin looks like, but it doesn't have the characteristics. And that's the problem. It's a total mystery because it even goes inside her mouth, inside the lips. You can see that shine that we're seeing on the edge. It goes inside her lips. In between her lips, you can see that same shine that you're seeing under her nose and under her chin. It goes into her lips, inside her mouth. And then it just continues here, above the head. And then it goes exactly perfectly behind the head. No signs of digging or tooling. The edge of the coin is not damaged by a polishing tool, because that would be easily depicted out. You'd be able to pick that out if the edges were damaged, because I've seen people damage coins before. You see the grain of the metal in the shiny spot. You lay it down flat. Same grain. So, I'd be interested to see what you guys have to say. I can tell it hasn't been tooled. I know what tooled things look like. Trust me, I've definitely seen. I grabbed this coin because it stuck out like a sore thumb. A very sore thumb. And I weighed it, and I checked everything, and yeah. Very interesting. Which is interesting is inside of her eye it has that weird shine too. I really don't know what the hell happened to this coin, but it has not been polished by tools. It has not been polished by tools. Let's get a look at that. You see inside of the eye? There's no tooling. There's no massive digs. The metal looks the same as the rest of the metal on the outside. There's no fooling around or some kind of polish going on or somebody playing games. This video is very long. I'll have to apologize. But yeah, this is definitely a one-of-a-kind thing I've seen. And I'll show you under the chin again to show you that there's no... You can see the grain of the silver just like the grain on the outside of the... away from the edge is the same that it is in there. And there's no kind of bullcrap going on here. This is literally something I've never seen before in my life. And there's no signs at all that that somebody has literally messed with this coin. It's very interesting. Extremely interesting. It's kind of crazy if you think about it. If somebody got inside that mouth and put that shiny inside that mouth, they are one talented individual because they managed not to dam up the mouth and destroy it. So that's how I know this is real. Ain't nobody got the skills to get inside that mouth and put that shininess inside there without damaging the mouth. So I know I have something that's very, very different and very, very interesting. Just show you the date real quickly. Go back and show you the mint mark. So anybody who's looking up VAMs can get a good understanding, and I'll bring it on out here and just give you sorry for it being so bright. I'm not sure how to fix this on this thing. I had the light turned down, but it still wants to show everything really bright, which I don't know why. But yeah, here you go. Got a die crack in the wing by the D and the S. A little bit of die crack. Yeah, nice die crack in the D and S. Just normal scratches and dings, just like most any coin. Alright, I hope that helps you out. Thank you.